Okay, how we doing out there? First things first, my name's Kenneth Bird. I'm the creator of Supreme Ambient Light Rejection Screen Paint using Ambient Light Rejection Technology Gain. Today, we're going to do a demonstration on another paint on demonstration of the blue. I think I've done more paint on demonstrations with this screen paint than I've done with any other because I do enjoy painting this stuff because it's blue. It's fun to look at and it's fun to paint. All right, so I did this over on Facebook, and man, I'm telling you, they were just all out there, jaws dropped to the ground because, there is no such thing as a blue projection screen. Well, they have blue screens, but they're used for visual and special effects. I only had one sock with me the entire time. Where's the other sock at? So I'm over here getting my socks ready. My socks on. And apparently, I only grabbed one sock, so I got to go back and get me another sock out of my media chair storage area. So you should watch me walk across the camera with one sock on and one sock off because I thought I had two of them in there. My hand would only have one. Got the projector set up over here. So we're good to go. Alright, got the video set up. Now I'm painting over the black silver screen just to show you the difference on that blue versus gray because I had a few people staring at that thing saying, oh, that's got to be gray. It's got to be a gray screen. Fabric has been canceled. Fabric has been canceled. Anytime you see me don't do anything, that means it's been put on hold because we have other things that have to be done. Fabric has been canceled. Did you hear me say cancel when I said fabric? Did you hear me mention and say cancel? That's something you insinuated. So, you insinuating that, it means you're in here to cause trouble, so goodbye. Let's move on. Ugh. I love how I get individuals that are coming here and try to start things already from the door about fabric has been canceled. Things get put on hold because keep in mind what some individuals don't understand and fail to understand that this is COVID, which means it's still hard to get items back and forth. And sometimes some of the items or products we may be working on, we may not be able to get those items in. There's no point in doing a project if you can't get enough resources to make it. And this is the part they don't understand. But instead of trying to think on that level, they come in and they say an unintelligent or uneducational things, and it's just basically a person is just out to do nothing. So it's early in the morning, at 9 o'clock, and that's what's on your mind. But this is why, when people explain to me, why do you block so many people? This is why. If you come in here, carrying on, then you're removed. That's all to it. At the end of the day, you got to understand, I'm always developing something new, something crazy. So the fact that you will never see that and miss out on that, will never be able to buy it, yeah. So keep in mind, when I explain to some people, I'm the only person who makes this stuff. There, you can't go to any other company to get it. You have to go through me to get it. So if there's an incident, and we've had incidents where people have actually gone in and filed fake charges, not charges, but complaints against us and lied on us and stuff like that, and we were able to back up our claim through PayPal, they receive a lifetime ban. And then later on, they'll say, fine, I don't want your stuff. And then we'll come out with something like this, and they'll go, oh, I want this now. But you can't get it. I've had customers, when we had the, real quick, as I'm getting ready for this, when COVID hit, we had to figure out exactly how we were going to run the company, how we were going to get orders out. Everything had to be done all over again, differently. I had some customers that were extremely patient, beautiful customers. They were extremely patient. Then we had some customers who just placed the order and then filed a complaint against us saying, oh, I haven't received it. We didn't get a chance to ship it out yet. Those customers received the ban. So then I have those same customers that are now contacting me back, asking me about the extreme black, asking me questions about the blue, because they want this technology. But because they were banned, they can't have it. like I tell people, it's more to do about money. You have to understand that part. It's more to do about money. Sometimes when I tell people that my technology can't be bought, I don't care how much money you have, what you own, what you drive. If I decide that I'm not going to sell it to you, you can't have it. That's all to it. Because at the end of the day, God always provides me with what I need. You do the math at $160 a quart. So I don't need a lot of orders. I don't need a lot. God knows how much I need in order for me to live comfortably. If I ask the Lord to say, if I want to be rich, I can put it on that level. I got plenty of big companies out there that are interested in buying my technology, but it's it turns into something else. We don't have, I think he said, great fable. No, he said fabric. Goodbye. And who are these birds? Oh, yeah. Now, keep in mind, the guy who just came in the room to make the comment, his tag name is Dumb Bird. The other one is Bird Dooley. So these are all Crow boys coming in. Oh, and by the way, I want to put something out there really quick. Mr. Crow, we know you've been harassing our customers. Our customers have been contacting us about you sending them multiple email requires for trying to get the screen paint. If you want the screen paint, you are more than welcome to go to my website and purchase the screen paint, and we will ship it to you. We don't put people through scrutiny just to order your product, because a few of the people that I did have order your things, they went through a few things like multiple questions. They had to be emailed only. You have no sites where people can buy things from, stuff like that. So keep in mind, anyone can go to our website and buy. We're posted on Facebook. We're posted on Twitter. We're on Instagram. Our information is up there for people to be able to obtain. I do live demonstrations constantly, all the time. So for someone to try to obtain your product, it seems to be a bit of a cloak and dagger when they have to submit an email and then go through a questionnaire in order just to get your product. That sounds a bit fishy, but I'm explaining something to you again. Don't harass my customers. They don't want to be bothered with a bunch of nonsense. If you want the product, go to the website. You can place the order right from there, and I will ship it to your address. All right? Okay, just want to put that out there real quick. I'm not going to mention the customers who actually made the complaint. When I didn't make the complaint, they actually brought it to my attention. But if you want the product, you can go buy it on the website. I'm not going to do like you did me, because we do have live, for those who don't know, we do have a few live demonstrations of us trying to purchase his paint on live, and he canceled both orders. Not only did he cancel both orders, but he pulled down his eBay selling listing, so we couldn't get our hands on the product. So if you want me to refresh your memory, I could post that link right there at the bottom for all to see. So like I said, we don't go through a struggle. We always go through a struggle if we try to purchase from you. But when you try to purchase from us, you got to do this little sneaky cloak and dagger. And no, man, just be an adult. Go buy it off the website and go from there. Because like I said, at the end of the day, whatever falsified testing or whatever you do, we don't care. I still get paid regardless. All right. Let's move on. All right, let's paint this screen in. We're going to do this today and get ready to get it set up. I have to do today the ultra short throw demonstration. It's going to be done today. The 20 feet distance will be done today. What else we got to knock out real quick? We did the high and low end projector already. So we did the 1,000, then we did the 4,000 with Chrissy, and the 1,000 with Sony. We already did multiple paint on demonstrations. I'm doing a fixed frame because a lot of people always asking about painting fixed frame screens. How do you do it? Stuff like that. It's very easy to do. Frog tape is your best friend right now. It is your best friend when it comes to painting a screen. All right. Let me get a few other things right now that I need to get this up and going. Yeah, it's a few things I put out there real quick You know, because, you know, I have amazing customers, and they'll contact and let me know, you know, hey, this particular individual is contacting me and sending me all these weird emails and stuff, and who is he? And I'll say, well, his name is so and so and so, and blah, 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 blah. Do you understand how bad you make yourself look in business? Because these customers, they said the best business is word of mouth. The best advertising is word of mouth. You got people going out saying, look, don't go near this guy, right? He's got some problems. Clean it up, man. Clean it up. Before you damage your company's name, clean it up. I couldn't care who buys your paint. I don't have time to contact your customers. That's just absolutely nutso. I'm going to spend a day, and I'm busy, contacting your customers to show them what they're missing out on. That's their decision. It's not my decision. That's their decision. At the end of the day, if they want to buy your product, that's their decision. They don't like my product and they want to buy yours, that's their decision. I don't care. You're so obsessed with worrying about people buying our product. Wow, man. Whew. Been in business for over 10 years, and I've seen all kinds of crazy stuff. And I tell you, when you do this, man, people don't think you got it all together, man. You got stuff doing this stuff. All right, where we got to go from here? All right, let me grab some tape so I can take this down right now. So what we're doing is, as we're taping around the screen, we're taking the frog tape and we're tucking it under the frame. You're doing fixed frame screen. You want to take the frog tape and you want to tuck it under the frame. The reason why is because when you push your roller against it, your roller's going to be soaking wet with paint. You want to make sure that it doesn't touch the border. Some people will tape it right along the edge of the board. Like, no, you don't want to do that, because say if you miss but about 1 inch of that tape not hitting the border all the way, or the velvet border all the way, you run the risk of getting a little blue tracing all around your screen, or whatever color the paint is going to be all around the screen. So to make sure you don't have that happen, you want to take the tape and you want to tuck it under the frame. That way, it's a good insurance. You also want to tape the top too. I know people say, well, I got to tape the top, because painting, sometimes you may make a mistake and you may bump and jump over that frog tape and land right across your border. So you want to make sure you tape the whole entire frame up. Now, I had a few people see me use paintbrushes, and I don't know whether or not they were listening to me crystal clear when I tell you this. Only time you see me use a paintbrush on a screen is when I'm trying to get into those little corner areas that I know the roller can't reach. So all you want to do is just dab in there with the paintbrush, or let me see what this guy's saying. Here we go. Look at the crow boys, man. They just can't get enough. Anyway, I'm just going to keep banning them. We don't have time to entertain them. So what you want to do is take that paintbrush and get right in there in them corners, right? Then you go back over with the roller. Like I said, it's not going to basically affect the picture quality. If a little inch of that has a little bit of paint in there, with the paintbrush, it's not going to affect it at all, as you've seen in my demonstrations. Let me, anyone here, of course, all of you here, you have YouTube accounts, right? So you know what you got to go through to set up a YouTube account, right? You got to go into Google and Hotmail, whatever, and you got to set up your email address, and you got to set the email address to Hotmail or whatever, and then you got to go through that process, and then you got to do a verification code and all that stuff. So let me show you how far some of the crow boys go. And this is sad, very sad. This channel is set for adults only, all right? Number 2, this is an individual who we banned them from a page. They will go back in and set up another email address, go through the whole verification code on their cell phone, computer, whatever. Set up the account, put the name in, do all that you got to do to set the account up, and then come back in just to get hit with another ban. And I seen one guy come in and do this 6 times. And I'm thinking, how much time do you have in your day to do this? Because somebody brought that to my attention a couple of days ago. Like, wait a minute. These guys are going and just randomly just setting up accounts and going it over and over and over. I said, yeah. It doesn't make me look, it doesn't harass me at the end of the day. It doesn't bother me. It makes you look bad. And it makes the person who you represent, it makes him look bad. So So I'm gonna put that out there, something to think about. All right, so as you see, I'm gonna lay it a little too far over. So some of it is touching the screen like this, all right? Then all I'm gonna do is just take my hands and just tuck it under. That's all. I'm gonna tuck it under. So that just gives you that reassurance that that you don't hit your border at all. Let me move this over here. Right here, we'll move this over here. Now, when you get to your corners, depending on how wide the tape you're going to be using, say if your tape is around this wide, right? So when you get to the corners, it's going to turn like this on your corners. All you got to do is just take that tape right there and just tear it and just spread it outward like that around the corners. All right, don't worry about if you got to rip the tape or not. And then you take another piece of tape. Once you have that around your corners, like this, take another piece of tape and you put that right here, like that, and you go down the side of the back of it. That's all you do. Just fast and easy ways to tape up the screen. You want to make sure that you put your thumb and press it down nice and tight in the corners, because you want to make sure that tape is laying perfectly flat against those corners. But if not, what's going to happen is when you go to paint your screen, if it's white, and chances are it is white, you're going to have this little tiny, like a teardrop in the corner that's going to be white in each little corner because you didn't press your frog tape tightly in those corners. I prefer using the wide. Usually I always get the thin because when I was buying it over at Amazon, the only thing they had was the thin. I like the wide better. Covers more of the frame. On top of that, I gotta use less tape. I didn't hit that properly right there, so I'm gonna have to come in again, put another strip in there, just to make sure I get under that right there. I think for this frame, since this is the blue frame, the blue screen, I think I'm gonna get some sky blue lights. I got some sky blue lights upstairs. We're gonna put those right there like so. All right, so come over here, repeat the same process. Very easy to do. All right. Usually if I have to use a thinner tape, it takes me a while to get that done. Here. I just noticed something here. Hold on for a minute, people. I noticed something. The fellow who got the band was named Dumbbird, and the other one, the same similar name. They're the same. I'm gonna start screenshotting these messages and post them in a separate different video for you to read through these things and see what I see on my end. He came in with 2 YouTube accounts. They're both the same, but the names are off by just a little. So he went in and asked one question. He got banned on there. And then he came back in trying to disguise himself as a different person, questioning on why that person, individual, got banned. Wow. I'm going to start screenshotting those messages, and we're going to have a little segment we're going to start doing on how you send messages, because I already had people, we had people sending emails to us and we were displaying their emails. These were idiots that were coming in and just saying random dumb stuff like death threats and stuff like that. Their emails were displayed. So this right here, we're going to start displaying some of these crazy texts we get from them so you can see why they get banned. Now, like I said, if you're not interested in buying the product, then why are you even here? Either they want it and know they can't have it, or they're jealous. One or the other is one of them. But either way, it don't make you look good. I go to plenty of forum sites. They got a forum sites, all they talk about is TVs. I'm not a TV person. I'm a projector person. I got no business being in that chat room at all talking to anybody, because I can go in there and say, oh, TVs are garbage and this, that, and the other, and projectors can so and so and so. I don't belong in there at all. I just go into a projector forum and I'll talk to other people who have white screens or gray screens and show my technology. Those are the people I can relate to and can understand what I'm talking about. I'm interested in what they're selling, what they're doing. Sometimes I get some pretty cool ideas on how to set up a theater system. Some guys showing some really cool stuff. Speakers, I don't have really good speakers over here, so I had a few people in there showing me how to, what speakers to look for, good prices and stuff like that. So I learned a lot when I go in there. But if you have no interest in being in that channel, and you're not in there to learn anything, just to cause trouble, then you don't belong in there. At 9 o'clock in the morning. And you should be doing something else. If you ain't got a job, you're not doing anything, to do something productive with your time. You got a neighbor, somebody in the neighborhood you could help out. Or maybe you can help out someplace where your time may be needed. Go out there and do something nice instead of doing all that negative nonsense. Get in the morning, go to a soup kitchen, go someplace and do something positive with it. Every time people sit there and say, well, Ken, it's not fair because you do demonstrations against, well, let me tell you something. If you're going to basically attack my product, I'm going to defend my product. And I'm going to show you where you're wrong. That's what I'm supposed to do. If anybody don't like that, well, you can just go. I'm not here for the views. People understand my channels are for advertisement. It's advertisement for my company. When I do these live demonstrations, I have big companies want to sign contracts, churches that want to buy large quantities of product from me. These are for advertisement to show my customers when they're buying my product, or companies and like that, of what they're buying. And this is why I like to do them live so they can see that. But I'm not in it for the views. I'm not in it for the likes. I'm not in it for any of that. I'm in it to be able to broadcast and show what my product can do. So I don't have to have 40,000 subscribers or 100,000 subscribers. I don't have to have any of that. I don't have to have 100,000 likes and all that. I don't need all that. Because at the end of the day, when that customer contacts me and says, you know what, you're the only person I've seen that does demonstrations on that level. I've looked at everybody else, and you're the only one who does demonstrations on that level. I stand out from everybody else. So I can show you a demonstration in that room over there. I can show you a football game on my ceiling with the ceiling light intact, while it's hitting the other screens that are wrapped around the environment. You don't see demonstrations like that. So everybody wants to stick to those traditional demonstrations, man. That's the problem. That's the first thing I noticed when I got into this business. Everybody does the same thing. Dark environment and high-end projectors and ambient light controlled environments. So I thought, let's do things differently. Why do we have to be like everybody else? I've seen how Elite Screens explains the maximum viewing pleasure of how to watch their projection streams. I ain't time for all that measurement nonsense. See that bear popping up over there in that corner? That's a blue technology right over there, showing a bear popping up, contrast and all, and it's hitting the wall on a 4,000 lumen projector. And you can see that crystal clear from here. You don't have to be sitting right up on top of the screen to see it. So we get our corners like so. As I told you, you want to make sure you get your corners. Make sure when you're putting the frog tape on that you put your hands, rub it down, because you want to make sure you don't have any forms of what's the word for it? Tape that's not properly sealed. Because what's going to happen is, like I said, when you go to saturate that surface. And if you have anything that hasn't been properly sealed down, you're going to get that blue paint or whatever paint we have, color paint we have, all over your border. Personally, I'd rather just go borderless. But this is on the borderless screen. The borderless screens are a bit expensive. All right, so right there. This spot right there. There we go. I watched a demonstration of people. Well, I guess that was then. That was then when people were showing people how to build wooden frames. Oh my goodness, like really? All this equipment just to build a wooden frame? Frame, that's all it is. You're not going to see it. The screen's going to be wrapped around it. You're not going to see the frame, so it has to be done professionally. Alright, so that's done. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo, where are you? Do-do-do-do-do-do. Yep. Let's get any areas I might have missed. I'm gonna go check all the way around, make sure you ain't a black showing. All right, that's good. Down. Let's see. Shake and Now, one time I would advise you, if you're going to be spraying the screen, I would advise you to tape the sides, because say you have the screen standing up on 4 buckets, and you're spraying the screen, you run the risk of actually hitting the side of your frame. So anytime you're going to spray it, paint the sides. Not paint the sides, sorry about that. Tape the sides. Now, I say this in every video, just about every video. I'm going to do a fabric projection screen soon, and I can't explain it enough. When you're doing fabric, the only surface that requires priming from any of our screen paints is fabric. As I said before, fabric is going to absorb the paint, which means you can have some areas that may be uneven, some absorb more, some absorb less. That's how you have to look at it. So any kind of paint, doesn't have to be a special kind of primer or nothing, just has to be paint, that's it. All you want to do is just make sure the screen takes in as much as it possibly can, and 2 coats, which I've already done the demonstration already, does it perfectly. Once it dries, paint over it with our stuff, and you're done. And like I said, when I say stuff like this, I had to block somebody yesterday who came in and said, well, if you paint it twice with that, doesn't it mean that the paint that you painted on is not going to be able to absorb in? Good, crazy. And you want to argue with me about this? Are you serious, people? I mean, not saying y'all, but good. You got to be kidding me. Just ask me a question about whether or not if the product is going to absorb in. And keep in mind, I have countless demonstrations of me using these fabric projection screens in my driveway, at 180 inch in the backyard, at 80 inch on top of the deck. And these screens sat out there through rain, snow, sleet, and I went out there, you would see the deck would be covered in leaves. You see, one day you would have all the leaves in the background, well, I mean, it was summertime. So you watch demonstrations season through seasons of me doing demonstrations on these screens. And I would always walk up to the screen and say, look, no cracking, no peeling. I even had one demonstration where mud has splattered. We had a storm, mud has splattered all across the 180 inch screen. And I went out there with a garden hose and sprayed it down, watched the movie off of it. So if it didn't cover it and it didn't seep in, that means that paint would have cracked and peeled a long time ago. On top of that, we do motorized projection screens all the time. So you want to argue with me on that. Not accept it, because I have some people going, okay, I understand, I see. All right, okay, cool. They'll accept it. But someone's going to sit there and argue with me about it. I don't have time to have that debate with you or discussion with you when I've already done it already live. If you can't take the time to go in and watch the video, then I'm not going to bother wasting my time with you. Okie doke. So, now we got the screen all taped up. See how it's all taped up all the way around. Let's go have a look at it real quick. Take you off the base, which I have you on. See all the corners in here. Make sure you want to put your finger in there. You want to make sure you press and that corner. Because like I said, if you have a little bit of tape going this way like this, and you go to paint that screen, when you peel that tape off, you're going to have a little white spot in each little corner. Just want to make sure it's nice and taped up before you start that process. All right, so let me get you guys back down to the base over here. I got you on. Okay, now we can start the process. Now, those of you all asking me about what kind of rollers to get, do I need a special roller, or does it have to be this kind of roller? It can be a dollar store roller. This is a dollar store roller right here. I get these for about 4 in a pack for $1. When my roller, you know, this is a recyclable roller. Did you know that? So my rollers, when I'm done with my rollers, what I do is I wash them out, because I can get 4 or 5 use out of one roller. So I'll go downstairs and I got a bucket full of detergent, and I scrub down, I pull all the paint out of that roller, and I start it again. I get about 4 or 5 rolls out of this before it basically gets to the point where it gets down to the cardboard or the plastic and it becomes useless. But yeah, 4 or 5 out of this. So this is my 4th time washing this already. So you don't have to have a perfect roller. It doesn't have to be a special roller. And do not use foam rollers, please. All right, so let's start this process today. It's gonna be a fast one. Now, one of the most important things, which I'm about to show you, I want you to find my fabric here. I'll put it at, never find it when I need it. Check over here, make sure that I always lose every time, always lose every time. Ah, found it. All right. This is a scarf I purchased on Amazon. I bought this scarf right here. Now, what does this scarf have to do with the screen? It's very important. This is actually the most important thing you will need for your screen besides that frog tape. This will allow you to be able, it doesn't be a scarf, it could be sheets, it could be towels, whatever. This is what's going to keep you from getting a metal bar imprint in the middle of your screen. If you know, if you look at all my screens, I don't have imprints of these bars. And that's all caused by, and you can do it with any paint will do it. It's caused by when you take your roller and you press it down, you leave this bar imprint in the middle of your screen. So what you want to do is you want to pad your bar. What you want to do is you want to lift the frame up on this side. All right. Be sure we all got, oh, we got a bar in the back of the screen. Well, whatever. But anyway, if there was a bar in the back of the screen, I think I've removed the bar in the back of the screen. All right, so if there was a bar in the back of the screen, all right, because I've removed mine out the back. This is a 92-inch screen. I really don't need a bar for the back of this. Now, 100-inch, I would advise you leaving the bar back there because the screen actually will start to curve inward. But when you're dealing with a 92-inch or an 80-inch, you're not going to need it. So bottom line, this is pretty much what you do. Take the material, you fold it like this, right? And what you want to do is, let me get you guys over here so you can see this. All right. Because there's no bar in the back of this, I've removed it. And like I said, this is a 92-inch. I don't have to worry about the screen coming inward. But when you reach 100-inch, you do want to put that bar in the back because you will get that little curve that'll bend in. And you take that piece of material and you put it in just like so. You tuck it behind the bar. So between the bar and the screen, that's where this piece of material is going to be. Now you may have a little lumpage in the front. Don't worry about that. That's not going to affect the screen at all. What it's going to do is going to add some padding there. So when you're rolling over top of it, you're not leaving an imprint in the middle of your screen of this bar. And that bar can be quite annoying because it will pop up from time to time. When you're watching the movie, you'll see this great big huge bar imprint right down the middle of your screen. You'll be like, what the freak? Yeah, I've had that. I learned that the hard way. I did 109, 180. That was 180 inch screen I did. 180 inch screen. I had 4 of these bars, 4 pieces of wood in the back of the screen. And when I painted over my screen, I had it all set it up. I painted it right up against the wall. When the paint dried, I didn't see it when I was watching anything with color I saw it when I was watching the movie, and I saw the snow doing a snowstorm display, and I saw the bars, boom, 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 boom. And I'm thinking like, oh shoot, what the heck is that? Man, any place else on the screen, it was perfect. No streak marks or nothing. Just in that one area, I just saw those huge bars sticking through. So that's when I realized that that was the imprint of the bar. So that's when I went downstairs and got myself a couple of bed sheets and a few off the bed, which I shouldn't have did because I got yelled at for that one. And I went and then I patted the back of the bar, rolled over top of it to see what would happen, and it disappeared. So that's how you find out from trial and error. That's how you find out. All right, so let's begin this process. I put my charger in real quick so my phone doesn't die on me. Make sure this is plugged in. I was sitting there doing a demonstration and I thought my charger was plugged in and it wasn't. All right, so let's start this. So here's our paint right here. The blue. Oh, you see it's got its name now, huh? Yeah, God gave me that name in my sleep. Got it this morning, so this is what you're going to call it. This is what you're going to call it. Right there. Put some of it. Now people look at that and they'll think, oh, that has got to be gray. No, that's not gray, people. That's a blue screen, as you can see next to the gray. That's why I wanted to do the demonstration painting over this screen, because I'm going to do another one of these screens anyway. But I wanted to show you that the screen is actually blue. Some people look at it, they think it's blue. Some people think it's a darker blue or darker black or whatever you want to call it. I don't know. I've gotten some interesting comments. But as you can see, as you're looking at it, it's blue. Oakley dokley, oakley dokley. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to come over here. Let's do our corners. I like to do the corners, to say the truth. Do our corners here. Very easy. This stuff is the most easiest stuff to apply. I'm telling you, like just a little bit right here. Just I should have put less. I think I put too much on, but application just to roll this on. That's it. So that one little roll. It's easy. So smooth. It's so smooth. Now I use my screen as a paint pan, and as you see, I'm going in every direction. Like, man, you're in every direction on this. Why don't you just go up and down, yeah? Oh, whatever. In my corners. Now, you want after you get done running your paintbrush too, what you're gonna have to do, just take your paint roller on a corner angle like this, and just get. Oh, wait, I gotta tighten this up a little bit first before I do that. Turn it on an angle like this. Dab a little bit of that paint right there on your corner, and just right there on an angle, and just go right back over those brush marks. Let's see. Let me just here for a minute, because I don't have a paintbrush here, so I'm going to have to use a sock. All right, so say you don't have a paintbrush. I don't have a paintbrush, Ken. I looked all over my house. I don't have a paintbrush. I can't find one paintbrush. Just use a piece of sock or fabric. That's just sock or fabric. That's all. Just want to make sure you get in those corners. I know people probably who paint are looking at that screen with the paint just sitting there in big globs drying, thinking, oh, that's bad. That is really bad. Trust me, I know what I'm doing. All right, so we're just going to go in little corners like so. Just get in little corners. Hands are going to get a bit messy. If you do it this way, they're all going to get messy, but, you know, just want to get right in your corners. That's all. Get some of this right here. What's going to happen is your roller is not going to be able to get in those spots. I got some paint here, kind of, you know, some of that. Very easy to do. It was designed to be this way. All our paints are designed to be this way. You've seen me paint screens before. Everybody wants to make it sound so technical, so professional. Doesn't have to be. Just it's easy to paint. Not building a rocket ship, people. You're just basically painting in the screen. A lot of people gotta make it sound so how to paint a screen. How to paint a screen. Just paint the screen. That's all you do. Not how, you just paint the screen. That's all. Product's good, not have a problem. Alright, so let's get this out of the way. Let's get these corners over here. Get the corners real good. Let's paint the screen. Your kids can paint this screen. Literally, you can just hire Bobby or Jill to come in, or Franklin, or whatever you call your kids, and say, hey, look, paint the screen. Heck, if your dog can hold a paintbrush, he can paint the screen. I'm not going a little too far with that one, but it's really not that hard to paint the screen at all. That came from, I'm going to tell you something, that came from the first pioneers in screen paint. It came from like Goose Screen. Like I tell people, watch Goose Screen's demonstration on how it first started when it came to painting their screens. And it required you to do all these crazy up and down robot formations. You had to have a perfect application on your roller. I have no idea what the heck a perfect application on the roller is. Is paint on it or is not paint on it? Alright. Just getting our little corners like so. Let me get some more of this. Go. Oh my goodness. The screen, man. Look at it. Look. Kenny. Not going to mess it up. People tell me, I don't want to mess it up. You're going to mess it up. I'm sitting here watching me paint the screen corners with a sock while I use my screen as a paint pan. But I understand that. Like I said, I understand that part because, like I said, you're painting for the first time, you think it's something different, and you see all the other people talking about how it's got to be painted this way, now it's got to be painted that way. And I can see why you would get a little nervous, but like I said, reinsurance, you're not going to have any problems. It's going to be the easiest thing you ever painted. All right. Got the corners real good. Be careful, I got a black screen sitting right next to me. I forgot about that. I got an extreme black screen sitting right over there next to me. I really got to be careful. I forgot the black screen behind me. All right. Let me see if I got my corners. My corners are done. Good there, good there, good there, good there. Let's see what we got going on here. We're good. Over here, we're all good in there. We're good. All right. I'll put this over here, like so. Let me grab my roller. Okie doke. Now, we used our paint for our corners. Let's just do a little touch up here. Corners. I'm gonna get the corner of the roller, that's all. Should I put a little bit more in there and dab in for those corners a little better? Just going to dab a little bit in those corners. There we go. Just want to get rid of the little marks that I caused when I dabbed that roller, dabbed that sock in there. See, I just bounced over my frame just a few minutes ago. Just bounced over the frame that fast. So that's why you want to make sure you tape up the whole frame. Because you're really, really good And that's you. Hats off to you, my friends. Corners. Corners are nice and good. Areas right there. Strangers in the night, exchanging glances. I don't know the whole song, but I like Fred Astaire. I love Fred Astaire, I do. I love Fred Astaire. If I had a time machine, I think I would just go back just to watch a couple of his shows. You know, You Got Me Under Your Skin, you know, like, good music, man. That's good music, man. That's good music. Like a lot of the oldies, stuff like that. I like newer stuff too, but I don't know. That's where I was coming from, rock music. I was in rock music with White Snake and Alice Cooper, and I like that area right there. You know, I mean, Guns N' Roses, and you know, who man, who, stuff like that. Yeah, that's my era. That's what I like when it comes to rock music. That's what I'm into. And I like the classic rock, like Foghat, stuff like that. Man, you know, that's what I like. I mean, I enjoy little Foghat. Old ones, man. Freaking classic David Bowie. Classic David Bowie. Yes. The Beatles, stuff like that. I'm not going to quit my freaking day job for singer. My singing sucks. It does, but hey, who cares if your singing sucks? If you enjoy doing it and you're having fun in your home, then do it. Yeah, we are done. We are freaking done. All right, we're done with that. We're done with that. Let's put this over here. I feel like I'm about to become a part of the Blue Man group. All right. So, let's go hang our screen up. I'm going to basically get all this stuff out of the way. Quickie. All right. All this out of the way. I tell you, you know, people understand that, man. When you run your own company, you're going to get a ton of criticism. You're always going to get criticism. Yeah, that's why I said it doesn't bother me. I've been in here business so long, I don't even care if it bothers me. It used to bother me when I first started. I got one bad review or somebody said something nasty about me. I got all hurt over. Now it's like, oh, that sounded kind of bad right there. So his channel was only set for 18. But now it's like, it rolls off my back like water on a duck. Because, you know, it's going to happen. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I'll have some customers that'll be happy, and I'll have some customers that won't be happy. You know what I mean? There's no such thing as a company. I know I'm supposed to lift the screen. Maybe lift the screen up. But there's no such thing as a company that's going to have a 100% perfect product that's going to be to satisfy every single person on the face of the planet. That's virtually impossible. So, individuals that I deal with, I don't really care about them. Like I said, it just doesn't bother me. But they'll find those particular customers that maybe I've had problems with or this and the other, and they'll exploit that. Like, look what he's going through. Look what this, so. And it just makes you look really bad. Because like I said, there's nobody's going to be happy over the same product or whatever it may be. You're not going to be to please all the people all of the time. My mother had a saying for that. I can't remember what it was. But, you know, you're going to have some people who are going to like it, and some people are not going to like it. Not everybody's going to like it. That's how it's going to be. Some people may, that's why you have different forms of paint, because some people may not like the black. Some people may not like the black silver. We have different forms of paint that, you know, you can get. We have a light gray screen, which I just painted over, that if that's what you want, you know, we have it there, you know. So, you're not going to be able to make everybody happy. That's virtually impossible. But for individuals that basically exploit those little things that may happen to you in your business, that just tells a lot about who they are at the end of the day. Because I'm pretty sure they have the same thing that every other company goes through. You're not going to be able to satisfy everybody. Okay, let's zip her up. I like doing the 92-inch big screens, knowing the lightweight, they're easy to transport. I mean, I've pretty much scuffed up the velvet on this, but, you know. It's just a demonstration screen. And then this is the official side, which makes it cool. Woo! Touch my black screen with this. We go in. Some adjustments to PR at 92 inch. Sorry about that, people. I'll bring you in. Don't worry, I got you. Oh, I got you. I've never left you behind before. I'm not going to start now. So, putting my setting up in here for you all. So let me get you off of this right here. Get you taped down to a vase. Not a box, but a vase. Okay. Let me go over here and grab this right here. I think I come on just about every day, and I do live demonstrations. Somebody was like, "Can you do live demonstrations just about every day?" Yep. A person who, like I said, for me, if a person's a scammer, it's hard to get information on them. We have Facebook fan page where we have our customers posting their demonstrations of their screens. We're on Twitter, Instagram. I got a website chock full of information. I do live demonstrations just about every day, and sometimes 3 and 4 times a day. You know, and it's not hard to get the product. You know. And like I said, since I got addicted to live demonstrations, this is the best way to go to do demonstrations because you can see everything live. You know, you can see all the test demonstrations and everything. What the heck is going on with this? Oh. Like, why is this thing not extending for some reason? Oh, the middle bar is locked. Duh. The middle bar is locked. I was like, how come this is not going all the way up? So, what makes them angry is the fact that they can't back up what their claims are of what I'm supposed to be if I do live demonstrations on just about everything that I do. So, this is where people started putting that particular individual started spreading nasty rumors by saying, oh, he's using special effects in live. Boy, so like I said, people don't think things through when they say stuff. It's just, keep in mind, when I'm doing business with a company and they're laughing at you on the other end, that is not good. Live, how the heck are you able to pull off to do smoke and mirrors on a live demonstration? I mean, okay. But yeah, you gotta expect it. Everybody's gonna get it. Anything you get in business, you know what I mean? Just remember you're gonna have to deal with it. I had a few people that were starting companies up for the first time. I said, just remember, you're not gonna be to make everybody happy. That's the way it is. But as long as you basically stick to your product and you keep on working at it every single day, you know what I mean? You can back up what your product can do. Back it up. That's why I said, you know, some people got upset because I did that demonstration against his product against the white paint. Well, he doesn't do his demonstrations. What does his product look like if you do a white snowstorm versus white paint or white screen? What does it look like? Because I have to do mine all the time. Every time I show up a black screen, I got to show white levels every single time. You don't want to see contrast. Screen already does contrast. So I have to show that off. You have to be able to see that. So he should have been doing those demonstrations. So I showed you, like, look, if you want to come at me and criticize my work and say, hey, look, it brings up such a dark image, I can show that your technology does not be able to pass, or screen paint has that ability to pass a white screen surface, because the only screen that can produce a 100% white level is white. So making your product to be something that is not, that demonstration should have long been done a long time ago. Now, I'll do that all the time. I'll put a bunch of screens up there, and I'll show you white levels first. I'll show you how dim my white levels come up, but they're not basically going to disrupt the screen. And then I do the different colors to show you our screen is producing just beautiful, high, bright colors. Do it all the time. I don't hide from anything like that. No. You hear me on camera saying I got to find some white snow levels and stuff like that in the background. I don't hide anything like that. You can't get mad at me because you don't do your test properly. Let's get a fan out here. Tell them what they win, Chuck. You win a brand new car. No, you're not getting a brand new car. Yeah. I got an urge for some freaking spaghetti. I want some spaghetti so bad. We got some LED lights. I think I got a pack of LED lights upstairs and I'm not using that. I'm going to use on this screen right here. Let me get something to put in the back of this real quick. Somebody grab a popcorn bucket. Here's the bucket. Oh, and just stay. Yes. Stay. Thank you. Nope. All right. Let me go find something we can put on here. Our stand is drying. Let's see. I don't have closed caption on for some reason. Why do I have closed caption on? No, that's what they are. I'll put it in. Edit. I'm going to need this screen to do the ultra short throw demonstration because the ultra short throw has to go at the bottom, so that's the reason why the screen had to be painted. And I needed to do the distance throw and everything else that has to be done for the day. You'd be surprised, some of the people I have in here watching are actual pro boys. They come in here to see my technology fail. Then when it doesn't, they don't get that, and they just leave out of the room, or maybe some of them leave and just never don't come back. Some will come back and leave nasty comments, stuff like that, you know. I'm sorry I couldn't help you out with that one. That guy said I came here. What? He said I came here to chew bubble gum, and I'm not gonna say the curse word and kick butt. And I'm all out of bubble gum. Now, if we can make Blue Supreme perform like this, that means we have no limit on what we're working on next. But I'm not going to tell you what the stuff we're working on in 2021 because that's all secret. That's all a secret. You did see part of it when you saw that screen take that direct hit. Of course, I got to thank my Lord and Savior for blessing me with an amazing, amazing, amazing blessing right here. Gives me the knowledge and understanding how to do this. A lot of people are like, how in the world? Blue screen? Like, really? Like, no. Gotta listen. Some people are so bent up into listening to their own self-religion and just themselves alone, they don't have time to listen to God when He's talking to you. Screen's still wet, by the way. If I do an orange screen, that'd just be sad. Why would you want an orange screen? That'd be funny. That'd be really funny to do. Now the reason why I will not do any other color, and I'll tell you why. Because if I start doing any colors and I start pulling these things off where I can change the screen to colors, man, it'll become a headache. And I'll tell you why. Because then you want people that want customized screens to match the interior of their homes. They don't have to have a color selection sheet. Nah, that's way too much work. Man, rainy day, rainy day. Still wet. Make sure. Probably get a political commercial pop on. I know I'm gonna get a political commercial probably pop in there. Yep. I always get them. Try to keep this area neutral. It's still wet. Once it dries, all those lines will be gone. That's like one angry owl. birds. Political commercial. Yep. Political commercial. Yep. Still political commercial. Low battery. How about low battery? I'm sitting here plugged in already. Taking juice. Battery. Alright, so we get all the rest of these tests out of the way today. Most of them. Try to get, like, I don't know, you're going to see a lot of YouTube videos popping up. So they're going to be short, fast. I'm not going to do much talking on them at all. I'm just going to do the video, explain what it is, and get it done. And so that way I can get a label design for this thing and get this thing ready for next week to be being processed. Because I got people already on Facebook already hounding me about this blue technology, and they want it. So, I got a distance throw at 800, 900. I got to bring the computer out for that one because they don't run on HDMI, the VGA converters. I got to bring out the ultra short throw Sony, so those can see it on ultra short throw. And then we got to do that 13 feet back at 1,000 lumens outside display that has to be done. And after that, once that finalizes, we can throw a sticker on it. We can throw a label on it and get it on the website and start giving you pricing on what it's going to cost you. And when you can get it. Pretty sure the gallons are going to go first because it will be available in gallon sizes. Let's see if we can get it political. Yes, we did. Badoosh.
After the election.
Oh, that's the point. Today I'm going to bring down the PS4 on this too. I'm going to do some gaming off of this. There we go. Push it back in. love it when they show that part. Then people think that's how dark the screen is, and they show that flash goes across it. I wonder what would happen if I did a purple one. That purple's in my head right now. And you're like, oh, no, okay, now you're going too far with it. Can it be done? See, that's the thing about it. Can it be done? Is it possible? I got enough as it is, but I'm sure you're making anything else. Let's go with really quick at here. La 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 la. Now you see how I painted the screen and threw a sock in there in the middle of this. There's no way in the world you could ever basically screw this. Oh, actually, sorry about that. Mess this screen up. None of our technology can mess it up. When I sit there and have people saying, well, I painted the screen and I got streak marks. Have you ever seen me paint a screen before? Literally seen me paint a screen? I leave globs of paint on the screen drying. I'll sit there and take a sock and rub it all in the corners and splash paint all over the screen and just roll it all in. Yeah. Then they'll admit later on that they used a foam roller, something they were not supposed to use. Don't use foam rollers. Use a foam roller, you would definitely jack up the screen. You would definitely shriek the daylights at it. Don't use them. Can we get a political on this one? Alright, here we go. Let's show off those amazing white levels. Yes, with the screen being blue. There's the blue ocean. I'll tell you one thing, the benefit of having a blue screen, it produces a much higher white level than I've usually seen it with screens. Contrast levels are amazing on the technology, and the colors just pop. We gotta do some gaming on here next. We still got more demonstrations to do. And this is for those of you that are insanely devoted to these high-end white levels, but you don't want to lose your contrast and color at the same time in a fully lit environment. Oh, that's beautiful, man. That is beautiful. 720p projector, by the way. There's no 1080p or 4Ks over here. One thing, you know what scares me the most? Usually when I develop this stuff, sometimes it's in it's late at night when I'm developing. So when the Lord blesses me to have the ability to develop stuff, I got to learn to write things down. Sometimes I don't write things down and I think I can figure it out through memory. And then sometimes I kind of forget what I'm actually putting into it. Thank goodness I didn't forget how to put this together, because this was just put together not just to have or sell a blue screen. It was put together to see if I could do it. And then God blessed me with the information on saying, hey, look, you want to do this. This is what you got to add in here to do this, to make it come out like that. But after I got the reactions on Facebook on how much they wanted this product, that's when I said, okay, let's start doing the testing on it so we can get it out there. So what I usually have to do is when I make a batch like that the first time, I have to go downstairs and I have to duplicate the exact same thing I just did to get the product to react the same way. So I can memorize how to do it. So, it's in there. I think my battery is somewhat good charge. Just bring you up a little closer to the screen. Isn't that beautiful? Oh my goodness, yes. Look at those white levels, people. Look on a blue screen. Who would have thought? Blue! You know how it should have came up? If I didn't have God's guidance, you know how it should have came up? Everything should have had a tinted blue to it. Everything. The reds, the oranges, yellows, all should have had a tinted blue to it. Look at the white levels. The white levels that's coming off the blade. Look at the colors on the shirt. Look at the color of the background, all the different fruits and the colors that are popping up. Oh, come on, that is freaking sweet. We might even make this in a 2-gallon size. Oh man, talk about being happy, man. This is why I love my job. I think I painted the screen in, what? Painted it yesterday on the 80-inch. Yeah, it is. Those are the only 2 panel demonstrations I've done. Ah, thank you, Jesus. Wonderful, 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 wonderful. Let's check out the skin tones. So I'm not worrying about contrast. The screen does have amazing contrast capabilities. We have a blue screen. The one thing you want to look for are the high white levels. How are the high white levels going to be affected by the blue? Because keep in mind, the projector is hitting off a blue surface. Let's give you an up close look. See your skin tone, different color in dress. I told you that we developed technology that has the ability to allow the projector to read the screen. The screen is blue. So if the whatever coding we put inside of it to allow the screen, a projector to read color, and I can't tell you what that is, you'd be seeing nothing but a streak of tinted blue from one end to the next, just like putting on blue sunglasses. Everything comes up in blue. But there's a coding or formula that we add into it that allows for the color, the projector to see color, even though the surface is blue. Oh, and by the way, that screen's dry. So not only do I paint the screen on, but I dry the screen so you can see the screen painted and dried right in front of you, or dried and painted, whatever, one or the other. But you can see it right done right in front of you. You can see the time it takes for the screen to dry. You can see how easy it is to put the application. If you notice, there's no streaks or anything in the screen at all whatsoever. And you see how I painted the screen in. I might as well just been 5 years old when I did this job, because man, I was all over the screen. Woo! Hold on for a minute. Hold on. Stop the press. I got to come up close on this one. Look at the white levels on that. Good. It looks like she's possessed. It really does look like she's possessed. Let me go back. Better shot on that one. Hold on. Let me make sure I get her eyeballs in there. Man, she was straight up possessed. All right, that's better. Whew. Freaking me out. If I did that the nighttime, it freaked out. Look at that. Look how beautiful that looks. You can see the white. This people don't realize when some people do realize it, but it just pointed out to you that when you look at the screen, you got to look at the multiple shades of white level. Screens produce multiple shades of white level. And we show up those black screens over there. We show up like, look, the eyeballs have a different form of color, whitish right there. Then the skin, get the pinkish on the lip. All this requires white levels to push this out. And if you notice, if you look at the screen, not one streak mark in the screen. And you've seen how I just painted this screen. Boom, boom, boom. Took no time to dry. Pull my border off on that one. Got a screen attached to my thing. I had to look at that. The white levels on that are freaking amazing. Good gracious, so bright. To those of you that are fixated on those white levels, this is for you. So now, let's see. We will have this available in 2 gallon, 1 gallon. Well, we'll do it from 1 quart, 2 quarts, 3 quarts with the LED lights, because anytime you get 3 quarts, we add LED lights in there. We'll do it from 1 gallon to, this is the only one that will have 2 gallons, and I think the whatchamacallit, the black screen paint, that super jet black screen, that's going to have a 2 gallon kit attached to it. I got to bring y'all up on this one. Look at that. Look how beautiful that looks. Girl's gorgeous too. This just takes it to a whole nother level. I mean, it's not black tech. Now, with black technology, like, it's different because the only ones who have that kind of jet black technology. But this is blue, blue, blue. Sorry if I'm over here going crazy, but it's blue. That means it's a solution that we developed. I told you we worked on a solution that all we had to do was just drop this into something and it reacts crazy. This is a compound chemical that we developed, not the blue, as you're seeing this, compound chemical that we developed that allows the projector to be able to read color. And for those who say, oh, that's not possible, the screen is blue. So this thing is projecting off a blue surface and producing white levels this high, which means we have to have a chemical that will allow the projector to read color. Because this is what you're seeing right here. Contrast white levels, look at the reds. This is a whole new breakthrough and something new. This is just the stair step on what we can build off of this. Oh man, the kid is ticking. It's ticking. The head is ticking. Head is ticking. Like I said, I didn't come here to follow the rules, and I never was. I came here to break them. We're going to be changing a lot of stuff in 2021. Boy, you think you're seeing this crazy wild stuff. Woohoo! Yeah! I'm having a ball here on this. I love those skin tones. They're beautiful. Snow white, beautiful.
You know what works?
Now, boy, he's running like cats and dogs. I pray my windows are closed near my projector upstairs, which I'm pretty sure it is closed. It was cold last couple of days.
Get to work.
All right. There we go. I like to show off these white levels. That skin tone. Whoa. Too much. Little too much. I know it's a baby suit and all people, but no. Let me get out of here real quick. We're not going to cancel the player. Just need to come out of the video. That's all to it. But Ken, we're all adults here. Yeah, I know you're all adults here, but still, no. My videos and what I do here to glorify God, and that's not going to do it for me. Let me find something else. Got this one stuck in my head now. That's gonna be there for a while. We haven't done any movies on here. Tron has blood up. No, I'm curious what that would look like too. Let's go with the I'm gonna try some colors. Oh shoot, my battery here is dying on this one. I got both phones dying at the same time. I should have brought my PS4 downstairs. Check out colors gonna pop off this thing. Now for 3D applications on a blue screen, yeah, that's going to be insane. Visual effects on blue technology it's going to look incredible. For those of you who want to use this stuff for visual effects and all that stuff, yeah, this technology is for that. That and that gold has that ability to do that. Okay. Let's see what else we can grab. I'll put this in here for right now. Hopefully we'll probably get a political that'll pop up. No, we're good. Now, I had it where I apply the paint very heavy in. There's a little droplet in there. It's not going to disrupt the screen. I've been to this before. A little light roll. Now to make sure you don't hit your screen. A little trick. What you want to do is take the roller, because sometimes you can have some heavy droplets when you basically go around your edges with saturated paint. Take your roller and you press the screen inward so it separates from the frame, and then roll it back and forth, and that's it. That's all. All right. There we go. Okay, that's something else.
curious how these new veggies had a brighter future. Off the beaten path.
Bring it back to the beginning. Oh, let me get this fan out of the way too. Sorry about that. Hold on a minute. So I'm kind of a stickler for keeping things clean. I'll go back to the wine down a little bit. I missed out on that one. Sorry about that, but that fan was driving me nuts. Kind of a stickler for keeping things tidy in the house. I can't stand junk. Look how bright the yellows are. Greens are going to look a bit the same. Mind, this is on a 720p projector only. Now the only advancements that the black have over these screens, on all our screens, blacks produce 100% contrast. But the white levels on this are untouchable. Compare it next to a white screen is going to beat this because, like I said, nothing produces a higher white level than a white screen. But the screen's blue, so I don't even know what category you want to put it in. Now I can already imagine what Mr. You-Know-Who is thinking already. He's probably going to try to get the product and then mix in blue paint to make the screen come up too blue. What she doesn't realize that we just did a live demonstration here of me painting the screen in and displaying it. Can't wait to see that one. This hasn't even launched yet. I got 60 pre-orders. People asking already. 60 requests for this already. And we haven't even finished the rest of the test for it yet.
The Democrats already hate fracking. They hate.
Let's come on at it. Right. I got my dad. That one was all completely butchered. It says fairy. Really? Let me get fairy. Let's see. It should not be there. Let's see that one. Let's check out. Let me see what we got going on here. trying to pull something else up, something. Let's check out the transformer. I just want to see a few things, some movie demonstrations on here. Well, we'll do this one right here, because we're definitely going to do Tron on here. I just want to just check out a few things on here with some movies and stuff. Our movies are going to be playing out on this. And then the white levels are insanely on this technology, so let's see what this looks like with Tron, which has both contrast and white levels at the same time. Let's go back a little bit more. I'd love to see if they did if they did like a joke version of this right here, where he trips over his shoelace and hits the ground and transforms into a little putt-putt go-kart. That'd have been kind of funny to watch. Like, this looks easy. This I can do. My lights are on. It's not gonna make much of a difference, but I could take the lights out for you. For those of you who decide to use this technology for your dedicated theater rooms, keep in mind this is 720p. $720p, $139 projector. I know those of you who have dedicated theater room setups, I know you have professional 1080p and 4K projectors, so doing it all on this projector right here, you're probably thinking, I wonder what this is going to look like in my theater room at 4K. And those of you who do not want 4K or don't want to spend the money for it from the door. If you don't want to spend the money, you don't have to. All our technology is developed to do this. This is why people get, when they say, why do you do 720p projectors? Why not? And I just spent a lot of money for my projector. $100 bucks. $139. That's what I paid for my projector. I went on eBay today to check out to see what they have. They got a whole bunch of projectors on there now. A whole bunch of Chrissy projectors, all kinds of stuff on there. $100, $200. $150. That's all a projector they had on there that was 6,500 lumens. Good grief, that's a lot of power. It was somebody wanted 180 bucks for it. It has dual lamps. You ever seen a projector that has dual lamps? Dual lamps is basically if one lamp blows out, you have another one in there. It's a backup lamp in the projector. Oh shoot, I just tripped over my main cord. What I'm doing. So we do lights on, and then we'll do lights off to those of you with the dedicated theater setups. Well, we do both and both because the majority of some of my customers, some have dedicated setups. We're going to have customers who are going to be using this for their homes and a fully lit environment in their living rooms.
There are no good aliens or bad aliens, Skipper. It's just us.
There you go.
You chose them.
You see, there's not much of a difference. Lights on or off doesn't really make a difference. That means you can sit in your dedicated theater room with your friends and family and have your lights on dim, or you can have them all the way up and you can still watch the screen. You don't have to be in the dark if you don't want to, in your dedicated theater room.
I gave you an order.
Sorry about that, my bad. I had the wrong button. I canceled out my own video. Hold on a minute. Just grabbing something really quick. Let's put in I gotta put some in real quick. I'm gonna get a political bias. I'm not sure if I'm not. All right. I'm going to basically bring up colors because that's something we need to see on my end. This is what I need to see. So the screen is blue. I need to see how the screen is reading. This is what I need to see. Well, knew that was coming. Anytime I do that demonstration, it's about a 10 hour. We're not gonna do the whole 10 hours, but I need to see, since the surface is blue, I need to see how it's perceiving different colors. As I told you, you see it in the demonstrations with the different colors enough. That's not good enough. I need to see solid colors. That's what I need to see. see. I get green, color green. Yeah, it's a blue screen, and it's reading the color green. So, out of curiosity, let's see something here. Now, like I said, it's going to be hard to try to compare some of the sample sheets to the technology because it's blue. All right, so I don't even know how to begin this because keep in mind, I'm trying to keep the demonstration fair. I couldn't even test this against crow's paint because crow's paint is not even blue. So that's why I said it's complicated because it falls in its own category by itself, or even a high-end projection screen like this, which we usually test our stuff on. Those are saying, oh, but you no, I don't test myself against this stuff. It's pointless. If I'm going to test myself stuff against something, I'm going to test against a screen that has some serious weight behind it, like a company like this. This is what I'm going to test my technology against. But I'm curious, what would happen if I were to stick that against there? Did you see the demonstration against a knockoff projector, what it looks like on a blue screen? Yeah, that was really interesting, which means that's a piece of crap of a projector, even though I paid $95 for it. Those other projectors like the Valva and that I can't pronounce that thing. But anyway, those would basically be able to produce a better image. I can tell that alone from the improvement that I saw on the other projector. So it may be friendly to those projectors with no problem. Anything else between that, I'm not testing out. I'm not wasting the money on it. That's kind of like up to you if you want to go down that route. Yeah, there you go. Well, like I said, I really can't say much about this because, like I said, it's not an exactly fair comparison because the screen is blue and this screen is actually a kind of dark gray. Just gonna find somebody with a blue screen, which is ha ha ha, because no one has a blue screen. So, like I said, there's no way to no. The only thing I can do this screen with is probably no. No, because it wouldn't be a fair comparison. I mean, honestly, they were to tell me like, hey, look, that wasn't a fair comparison because you put our screen against a blue screen and our screen was never tested against a blue screen. You know, the same thing you can say about the black screens, but black screens are common screens. You do see them. You don't see a blue screen. So that kind of puts it in a whole other category by itself, much like the gold technology. But like I said, it's just interesting to see. That's all. Just out of curiosity. Just out of curiosity. This is all this is. Nothing more. Just out of curiosity. That's it. I'm not adding anything to this. I'm not taking anything away from this. It just is what it is. Okay, that decided to give up. Like, no more. But it's just out of curiosity to see what happens. You know what I mean? It's just like the same thing when I was curious about the knockoff projector. How is the knockoff projector going to react? Just want to see how that would happen because I've never tested a knockoff projector on a blue screen. I've never actually developed a blue screen to begin with. So, you know. Now, for those of you that are coming in for the first time and you are sitting here hearing me rant about a blue screen, like, what the freak is he talking about by blue screen? Has he lost his marbles? You can go back and you can rewind the video and you can see exactly where I painted the screen in with that blue technology. And it was painted against a gray screen to show you that that screen is it's a blue technology. Some people may ask me, what is the purpose of a blue screen? No, it's just, I did it because, you know, I just thought that it'd be nice to see what would happen if we can basically, okay, put it this way. So as I said before, we designed a coating that we can drop into any form of base formula that allows the projector to read color. And when we did that with the black screens, we did that with the black silver was the first one that had the technology embedded into it, because black silvers have weird looks to them. When you look at the container, you shake it up, it gives off a kind of a chameleon kind of weird look to it. But one guy was saying, well, maybe that's chameleon paint. Well, keep in mind, when you paint chameleon paint on a car, that car becomes the chameleon, and it basically starts to reflect the color, and it changes. The screen still stays gray. It doesn't change. It's just a gray screen when you look at it. But when you look at that coating, it changes color, because whatever we drop in that coating, which we're using, allows the screen to be able to recolor, even though the screen is maintaining a solid gray. So with that being said, that technology was added into the blue technology, which the blue technology can produce a solid blue screen, as you saw when I painted down. They are blue, but the screen can read color because the technology that we embedded into it allows the projector to read color. Now, when I first explained this the first time with the gray screen, somebody said, oh, that's a bunch of hootenanny. That's not possible. Well, guess what? Now you're looking at a screen that's blue, that's reading color. It's not possible. It's not impossible. It is possible. So, you know. And then next thing you know, someone said, well, if you're going to do blue, can you do green and red? Oh, no, I'm not even going down that road. And I tell you why. That'll be a nightmare for me, because then people want customized color screens to match their environment. No, I'm not doing that. That is just way too much work for me. It is. It's just way too much work. It gets to a point where if you take your passion and you turn it into something where it becomes work, then it's no longer fun anymore. It becomes your prison. So I enjoy what I do in the morning. I'm not going to turn this into, no, I'm done with that one. That's it. The blue screen stops there. I'm not developing anything else besides that. Well, I might develop something besides that, but no other more color paints. All right. Yankee Doodle, won't you tell me? Riding on a pony. Got a macaroni. And just to show you how dark this screen is, up close, this is how dark these screens are. Like I said, hard to test against it, because it's not blue. Yeah, it'd be really, really scary to see. I'm not scary, but interesting to see. What if I do a gray what if I put on a gray demonstration? I wonder which one of these would produce a higher gray, with this screen being gray and this screen being blue. Now see, these are the kind of stuff you should be doing when you test out your screen paint, because like I said, some people set up the area to be really pretty, so everything looks pretty. You got to expect failure. You're going to have failure. Failure is not a bad thing. Failure just tells you what you need to correct to make better, that's all. You ever seen, okay, put it this way. I don't know if you guys, I can't think I can remember the guy's name. He was a quarterback for the Eagles, right? And he has never, ever been sacked before. Never has anyone hit him and sacked him before. Because I guess whoever was basically defending him, and he had good coverage. But eventually, someone did get through, and they did knock him down. And he's a pretty big guy. He's a really big guy, so he could take the hit. But the fact of being hit like that basically put his system on edge. And now, after being hit like that, it shook his confidence. And him throwing those perfect passes or throws that would just get right in there to get, to that person who needed the football at the time, he didn't make the touchdown. Everything was off. He was nervous. He was shook. He was too busy worrying about getting hit, because he was never hit before. So that's why it pays basically to take some damage from time to time, so you can be ready. You prepare yourself for the impact, or to improve yourself. And that's what they should have been doing when they were training him. They should have been allowing people to get through the defense to strike him, so he knows how to dodge anything coming at him, just in case if something comes through. You know how to handle it, even though if your team allows that person to get through, or they are able to break those defenses and get through, you could handle yourself on the inside. You know what I mean? You can handle yourself. So that's what they should have been doing. But when he got hit, man, after that, his game was gone. He was done. He was done. Confidence was gone. So I can't think of the guy's name. But anyway, Donovan McNabb. There you go. That's his name. I remember I saw the game when he got hit too. Never been sacked before. But, I would have been preparing myself to let people come through, So the quarterback would know how to handle when somebody's coming at him, how to dodge, how to get around it, whatever he has to do, and get him used to getting hit. So when he does get hit, it's nothing, just shakes it off. It's an everyday thing and just goes right back out there again. But he was so worried about somebody coming and knocking his head off that he couldn't basically concentrate on where to throw the ball. That's why you have to have mistakes. Mistakes teach you where you need to add improvement. So anytime I do these demonstrations, you might see a mistake. You see cameras fall. You see me trip over stuff. I don't edit none of that stuff out. It's kind of funny to watch. I walk back and watch it myself. I thought I counted that many times. Okay, so I guess from here it is around 11:54 for me. I'm going to have to let me see what's next. Oh, I got to do the gray. I got to do the gray. And after that, we're going to do something else. No, don't close. Cancel. Give me gray. So you'll see at the bottom where it'll say gray screen color. Right there. We're gonna get it political. There we go. So that's gray. Okay, so that's a light gray. Let's go with a dark gray or pure gray, call this pure gray. You'll see at the bottom when it comes up, it'll tell the description, 10 hours of pure gray. So this is pure gray coming up right now. So you saw light gray, now you saw pure gray. So just think about it here. You got a screen that is gray, that should be producing gray, and you got a screen that's blue, that's producing a gray that's actually higher than the gray screen itself. This is why I had a theory that there's a good chance that the blue technology may be far more advanced than any gray technology, because I don't know. Like I said, before I make that statement, I have to test against my own stuff. Black silver has to go against this, but black silver is a very good gray, and I'm kind of curious side by side how will black silver go side by side with a screen that's blue. So that's going to be coming along very shortly. But as you can see right there from the gray screen, that should be producing. Oh, wait, I'd like to show you this right here, just to show you. Follow me. You know what that is? Call that the narrow viewing cone. So narrow viewing cone is basically some screens can't be viewed on a side. Now usually this mostly happens with short throw and ultra short throw projectors we're using a long throw in the demonstration. That's that reflective material. That's what it is. There's another company that has that also flawed too. That reflective material that does that. Just wait for a minute. Let's do a Starfield demonstration. Okay.
You'll take down America. Try your gotta have a
Like I said, the screen is dark. I can say the screen is very, very dark. The daylight screen is very dark. Like I said, it's producing too much white light. That's why it's reacting that way. And we're not on short throw or ultra short throw, because sometimes these screens do have problems with those particular projectors. It's just producing too much white light. That's the problem. All right, so let me show you something here. I can find. Got to be in the kitchen. I want to get rid of some of these orders knocked out today. These are the orders for yesterday and today. I'm knocking out right now. I gotta get these all knocked down, get them ready to go. Boy, driver's gonna get paid well because they got 10 more in the account right now. Process. Oh yeah, driver's gonna get paid well. She's got some to take out. All right, so you see how dark this screen is? This is the color. If I can get the screen here and here. Lay them down because I keep messing up my countertop. I've gotten paint on my countertop so many times, but easy to clean off. When people want to sit there and say, "Oh no, but the screen's good, paint is gunmetal." Nope, that's not gunmetal. That's a blue. See how dark that screen is compared to ours? Let me bring this up just a little bit so you can get a better look at that. See how dark it is? This screen should pull a higher contrast level on a star field than our screen. But the reason why it's not is because it's probably producing too much of a white level. I think they did that because so the screen would pull up a high enough white level, even though the image is dark, like it's a very bright screen, it produces very high white level. But that was a bad idea because what they did was they basically took a lot away from the screen, and that's why the image is coming up so faded and so washed out. And if we put that against a black screen, it would do the same thing. But you see how dark it is compared to our screen. We get our screens pulling up a better contrast level, and it's lighter than that screen. But that being said, but like I said, it's not a fair comparison because, like I said, it's going against a blue screen. You know, honestly, it's going against a blue screen, but just to show you from there. All right, again, I hope you enjoyed the video demonstration. I gotta go charge my phones up and get them ready. 2 demonstrations we're gonna be doing today. We're gonna be doing the ultra short throw. Those who want to see what the technology looks like on all 20 feet. 800, 900 lumens will be used for those. And we're not going to be doing any outside demonstrations because it's raining like cats and dogs out there. Let's see anything else we're going to have to do because pretty much we covered all the other bases. So I guess that's basically about it. We'll do short throw, ultra short throw, and we'll do the distance, which will have to be 20 feet back. So for those you want to know, that screen's going to sit there, and that projector is going to be, it's going to have to throw an image at 20 feet at only 800 lumens and hit the screen and make contact and show a beautiful image. All right, that being said, next week, or probably this week, we can get out and do the outside demonstration, which it has to pass, which I don't think it's going to have a problem. And then after that, I just have to go design some labels, get it ready, get a specification sheet based on the tests I've done here already on it. And then it'll be up for you to be able to buy. All right, gotta go, and God bless. Be safe.